Transcend TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jacob Dash, and I would like to welcome you all to the Fighting World Championship. We are live tonight in the land of the rising sun for the first of two nights, as the FWC will be hosting an outstanding card for the Japanese fans and the entire world in the near future. Which brings us to tonight's festivities, as on that night we will witness the main event that shall be talked about for years to come. Sporting an undefeated streak both within the FWC and Japan as a whole, the current and self-professed forever openweight champion Josiah Mensah will be defending his championship against a man who himself is currently on a 4-0 undefeated streak in Japan, that man being the Deadeye of pro wrestling, Tyrone. It goes without saying that this will be one heck of a matchup that's more than worthy of the main event. But with all that being said, it's time to get to the main course of this press conference. Both men will be given one final chance to speak their piece and speak to the fighting faithful, as all contracts will be properly signed following tonight's events. Gentlemen, the world wants to hear from both of you. So, let's not wait any longer. With that all being said, the officials of the FWC decided earlier in the day, seeing that the champion was handpicked for the main event, he'll start us off tonight. Mr. Mensah, the floor is officially yours.
First off, I'd like to thank the Emperor of the fighting world himself, one Alex Strider. I don't think it's any secret that Alex Strider is the reason why I'm a wrestler today. He's the reason why I am a fighter. He is the reason that I got into pro wrestling. I'd like to thank Transcend TV and everyone involved who made this happen. Being in FWC for my first main event is something that I've dreamed about for a very long time. I'd also like to thank the good people of Japan who are here to support what we do and give us a platform to do it. Now, for those who don't know, and for those who heard earlier, I am undefeated in Japan. I've never been pinned, I've never been submitted, I've never been tapped out, and I've never been knocked out. This title defense is not just my first forever openweight title defense in Japan, but it's the first time in over a year that I'll get to compete in front of a crowd that's given me so much. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone. First off, I did see some confused faces wondering where the title was. Well, the title is not in my possession. It is in the possession of FWC management. See, on that night, I will not be entering the arena with the championship, because after today, the next time you see the championship will be when the referee puts it around my waist. The reason for that is because I created the Forever Openweight title, and I didn't just create a championship so that I could have something after I relinquished my championship in Dragon 1. I created it so that it can be something that transcends time. I wanted it to be something that could be defended at any company, by any gender, any sex. I wanted it to be something that solidifies pro wrestling as a whole. And while I've defended it all over the world, I believe this will be the moment that truly solidifies me as champion. Lastly, I want to talk about what this means to me. Specifically more what it means to my legacy. I've mentioned my legacy a few times and how much this match is the biggest match of my life. But I really don't think people understand the gravity of this situation, the gravity of this match. Ty Rain is a man who I respect more than I do most people. And I am happy to bless him with this opportunity. I think that this is a generational clash. Only in pro wrestling can you see a matchup between a guy like myself and a guy like Ty Rain. Ty, I know things have been rough for you. I was sitting in the front row of Arcadia 4, and I watched as you got screwed out of the Kapow Catchweight Championship. And to this day, I've said it, that if Vogan didn't cheat his way to that championship, you'd probably be standing here now as the Kapow Catchweight Championship. We'd probably be fighting title for title. Unfortunately, you didn't get the job done, but I don't put that on you. Because I've watched you for years try to get the big win. I've watched you try to get that victory that would truly set you apart from everyone else. While in the meantime, you've been watching your contemporaries run past you on their way to legend status. Guys like Darren Dastardly, like Brian Amir, like Terry Atkins, and even guys like Kenshin. And I know it's got to be a bit humiliating, but I know better. You're just like me. You're a fighter, you're a true shooter, and you're a rebel in the face of adversity. And it's because of all that I believe you deserve this opportunity. And I am more than happy to give it to you. Mr. Rain, I am more than appreciative that you'll get to be a part of my legacy. And I'm hoping that in defeat, you will find the peace that you have been begging for. Once again, thank you everyone involved. And hey, let's go Mensa.
You know, Mensa, as talented as you are, and with as many upsides as you can have, I truly wanted to believe that you were nowhere near as delusional as they said you were. But boy, oh boy, have I been proven wrong.
Excuse me?
You heard me loud and clear. You'd have to be delusional to think I'd allow myself to lose to somebody like you. You know, I would rather jump headfirst into traffic than let a man who walks around half-assing everything he does in this sport than lose to you.
Yo, you need to watch your fucking mouth, man. Don't speak on my name. Don't lie on me.
The only one who's told a lie on this stage is you, and if you think for a second that any sane individual is gonna believe that passive-aggressive lip service, then we might as well get you fitted for a straitjacket right here and right now. You see, kid, I've been able to see through you this entire time. I've watched you for a long time, and all I've learned about you is that despite every upside you might have, you have a heart made of glass. And not only do I see through you, but I can shatter what's left in an instant. So let's just cut to the chase and set the record straight. Because the only reason you picked me to face you in the main event of FWC Japan is because you can't get over the fact that you lost to Joshua Phoenix at Winter Slam, right?
Old and fucking delusional is what you are.
Oh, good one. Good one, Jojo. It's like never been told I've been old before. You know, I'm really glad we stopped playing holy. But let me tell you something, man. I'm not so old that I can't give you a reality check. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Oh boy, he must be reaching here. It's been 3 years since that match. What does a 3-year-old match have to do with anything? At least that's what your forever openweight champion would have you believe. Well, to make a long story short, the reality of it all, Mensa, is that you can't stand the fact that you weren't good enough to beat one of your idols.
Watch your fucking mouth, man.
You know, don't get me wrong, kid, I get it. You know, I've been devastated too. We all take some tough losses in this industry. It happens. It's part of what we have to go through to grow as professional wrestlers. But at the end of the day, instead of taking any form of accountability for where you screwed up, instead of trying to get better, you blamed everyone else and everything else, all so you could maintain your ego. So you call me out, thinking because I've lost a couple of title matches that it would be a breeze in Japan. And I'll make them think that I'm being generous by saying I gave him his redemption. How noble of me! That way, everyone will know that I definitely could have beaten Joshua Phoenix, and I'll only have to do half the work.
This is fucking pathetic from you, piece of shit.
And there he is. There's the hot-tempered brat that can't stand when he doesn't get his way.
Whatever, man.
And he's the biggest fool in the world, because he thinks that FWC Japan will be anything but a funeral for his hopes of still being the champion.
In your dreams, old man. In your dreams. You're lucky you're even getting this opportunity. You're lucky. You should be thanking me right now.
Here are the facts, Mensa. As well-trained as you are, and as talented as you are, Josiah, the closest you will ever come to being a true shooter in this industry is when you stand across the ring from me, the genuine article in the main event of the Fighting World Championships. But then again, you already knew that. You see, you have the whole world convinced that you're something that you're not. You've gaslit the world into thinking that you're one of the originals, that you're an OG. All because you dress a certain way and you carry yourself a certain way. But the reality of the situation is just because you're world traveled, it doesn't mean that you're world class. This is my legacy and how I carry myself in this ring. The traditional values that I bring to every single match is what makes people want to fight me, and you want to jump on it. You want to believe that you're part of that same class when you're not. For you, being a pro wrestler isn't your life anymore. You lost that all those years ago. For you, it's an aesthetic. And when the time comes, you will be once again brought to tears by a true professional of this sport. And that is what you've earned. Any chance, my man, that you had of being the kind of wrestler that could bring a gunslinger like me down went out the window years ago, the minute you started lying to yourself. And just like how you couldn't see straight back then, you're too blind to see that your biggest idol has set you up. I know you said that Alex Strider was the guy that called you, and I couldn't see why he'd want somebody who plays pretend to go into the Fighting World Championship and represent his company in the main event. And then it dawned on me. He's not a fan of you. He's never been a fan of people like you. Go ahead, ask Jaeger how much of a fan he is of him. He didn't call you to main event FWC Japan because he thinks you're the heir to the Emperor's throne. He didn't call you because he thinks you're one of the best in the world. He called you because he knew you'd be dumb enough to walk into your own execution. He called you because he wants me to make an example out of you. To show you what the true art of this sport really is. As a matter of fact, how much you want to bet him and his cousin Phoenix are laughing at you right now?
It's my time. Enjoy retirement, old man.